Hi you guys, it's Lisa, and today we're going to do a battle. We're going to do a battle of chicken wings. I know that everybody loves chicken wings. I like chicken wings and I eat them sometimes, but not all of the time. And if I have chicken wings, they're going to be hot and spicy. I know there's a lot of restaurants out there that devote themselves to 1,000 different flavors of chicken wings. I mean, the flavor that comes to mind right now is Parmesan and garlic, which is very popular too. But I love my chicken wings hot and spicy. So today, we're going to play with a couple of different ways to cook chicken wings. I mean, which way is the best way really to cook them? Well, I have two favorite ways to do it, and today we're going to test it out and see which way is the crispiest, tender, juicy chicken wings. So the first method that we're going to do is I'm going to fry them in the oven. And I have a special way to fry them in the oven, a technique that I learned way back in the day when I started keto in dietdoctor.com. I have a video of drumsticks that I cooked in the oven, and there was a way that I did it, and they were so good. They were very, very crispy. So we're going to try that, and then the second way we're going to do it is in the air fryer. The air fryer always makes them crispy, but let's see which way is the best. So let's try it out, shall we? Okay, so method number one is going to be the oven because that takes a little bit longer. So the first thing that we're going to do is pat the wings dry. So I've put the wings between some paper towels, and you want to make sure that they're completely dry because if they're wet, they'll have to dry out first before they start crisping up, and that'll take a lot longer. So just take the time to dry up your chicken wings. Then the next thing we're going to do is put them in a baggie. And we're going to make our own version of shake and bake. All right, those are nice and dry. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add baking powder. Make sure you're not using baking soda, but baking powder is so important. And this is what's going to give you the crispy, crunchy texture that you want. So probably about 1/4 cup. I'm just kind of guessing with this many chicken wings. Quarter of a cup, and then I'm going to add, I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, and you know I like it spicy, so we're going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne. All right. I want to leave a little bit of air in there so every piece gets coated. All right, oh man, that's gonna be good. All right, shake it off. Put them on a rack. So I have this baking sheet that I prepared ahead of time. I put some parchment paper on the bottom, and then I put a rack on top of the parchment paper so that the air and heat has a way to circulate and make every single piece crispy. Tops and bottoms. So we've got about 12, maybe 13 pieces of chicken wings here. I guess 1/4 cup was way too much. For this many wings, I probably could have got away with about 1/8 cup, which is just 2 tablespoons. But it is what it is. Live and learn, right? Make sure that piece is fully coated. Make some room. All right, so this is going to go in the oven, and we're going to bake it very, very slowly so that the fat underneath has a chance to render and make everything crispy underneath the skin. So I'm going to put this in the oven at 250 degrees for about 30 minutes, and then we'll be back with the oven baked chicken. Okay, so while the first set of wings are cooking in the oven, let's get these wings cooked in the air fryer. So I have about 12 or 13 wings here, and I patted them dry to give them a fair chance, just like the other wings. These are going to go into a bag. But we're not going to coat these with baking powder because it just doesn't turn out well. I've done it before and I didn't like it. So they're going in the bag. And we're just going to season these with some plain salt and pepper. So I have about a tablespoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and a half a teaspoon of cayenne. Just to give it a little bit of an extra kick, right? All right. Shake and bake. Or in this case, shake and fry. All right, there we go. So when you're working with your air fryer, it's important that you only make one layer of chicken wings. Don't stack them up, otherwise they won't cook well. So we'll probably have to do this in 2 batches. And I've got some pretty big wings right there. All right, so that's about half of those. So now I'm going to cook it at 360 degrees for about 30 minutes. I'll cook the second batch, and then we'll be back to coat our wings. Okay, so while our wings are cooking in the oven and cooking in the air fryer, let's get our sauce started. So in this pan, I have a half a stick of butter that's already melted. And then I'm going to add a half a cup of Frank's Red Hot sauce. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt, about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Oops. So that's how I make my sauce. You can make it however you like. I like to add the butter. I know some people just add straight up Frank's to their wings. I like to add the butter for a little extra flavor and a little extra fat. And then the salt and pepper and just a teeny bit of garlic just adds to the whole experience to me. So anyway, there we go. I'm going to let that come to a simmer. And as soon as our wings are done, we'll coat them in this sauce. Okay, so here's the status of our chicken wings that have been cooking in the oven for about 30 minutes. I'm going to flip these wings over. Just to help them get a little bit more of an even cook time on each side. These take a little bit of time, but trust me, these are well worth it. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to bump up the temperature in the oven to about 400 degrees, and I'm going to cook these wings for about 20 minutes in the oven. So we'll be right back when that's done. All right, so let's check on our wings that are in the air fryer, shall we? Oh no, look how good those are. And that's pretty quick. That's a lot quicker than the wings that were in the oven. Those are still cooking. And these are crispy. But this is only the first batch. And the wings are still in the oven cooking. Because you can't do very many of these in the air fryer. Well, at least not in mine. If you have a bigger air fryer, then I guess you could do more. So let's cook the second batch of wings. I'm going to fit that last one in there, you watch. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's put the second batch in the air fryer for another 30 minutes at 360. Okay, so here they are, the wings from the air fryer. So now we're just going to coat them in our sauce. Oh my goodness, these look so good. All right, I'm going to keep coating these, and as soon as I'm finished, I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the chicken from the oven. That is very, very crispy. Very, very good. So all I'm going to do with these, just like the other ones, is dunk them in the sauce, give them a good coat, and we'll be back for the taste test. Okay, so here they are. The wings on the left are from the air fryer, and the wings on the right are from the oven. I noticed that the sauce is a little lighter from the oven, and I think that's from the baking powder, kind of lightened up the sauce a little bit. But it's just, they both feel very, very crispy. They both smell good. They both look good. So let's try them out. See how they taste. This is the one from the air fryer. Mmm. Tastes like a chicken wing. Very spicy, very good. But let's try out the one from the oven, shall we? Well, they both taste like chicken wings, and they're both crispy. So this is what I have to say about that as far as the battle goes. In the oven, you can cook more at one time. So if you're feeding a family or a lot of people, I would go with the oven. And I think weather is a factor. I mean, if your house is already hot, why would you put it in the oven? But if it's on the cool side, like in the winter right now, it's kind of fallish, almost to the winter, you could turn on your oven and make a big batch of those for your meal prep. Now the ones in the air fryer are really good and really crispy, and they actually cooked in half the time, because the ones in the oven had to cook for a half an hour, and then I cooked them for another half hour. So, but I only cooked like 13 or 14 wings in the air fryer. So if you're only cooking a small batch for a meal, I think the air fryer is faster. And if it's summer outside, which weather could be a factor, the air fryer would be a better option, because it's not as, it won't heat up the house as much. So anyway, let me get to my point. They both taste good, and they're both crispy. The air fryer takes a little bit longer because it's a smaller batch, but the oven ones in the summertime would heat up your house a lot further. So I don't know if I have a favorite or not. I mean, it would depend on the weather and depend on how many I want to make. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. As far as meal prep goes, I would choose the ones in the oven for sure. So anyway, try them out and let me know what you think. Make your own battle. Do you have an air fryer? Try it out and see. I love my air fryer. I mean, it cooks meat so quick and evenly, and it doesn't heat up the house. So in the summer, it's a great option. So anyway, that's all that I have for today. So until next time, keep calm and keto on.